Chicago gay bars are pulling the plug on Anheuser-Busch from Rogers Park to here in Uptown.
This incredibly iconic brand. What does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. We had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor, and it was really important that we had another approach.
Lost your damn mind. You done lost your damn mind.
Oh boy, there he is.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today.
Bud Light DM. For those of you that know, you can't say this name on YouTube anymore because you can get demonetized. In some cases, you can get a strike from YouTube. It's considered a form of, I guess, harassment. Anyway, DM controversy deepens. Chicago gay bars roar at beer maker abandonment of cause. Uh-oh. Now, even the homosexuals are upset. It's one thing the conservatives were upset.
So I don't understand all the conservative frustration over Derek Mulvaney being the spokesperson for Bud Light. It's a man identifying as a woman, advertising for water, identifying as beer. Kind of makes sense.
Now, even the homosexuals always said, why? Because you can't please both sides of the aisle, especially when the tension is so bad among the two.
News from here at the Meeting House Tavern. But one tap is missing and won't be making a comeback. Anheuser-Busch InBev made its last call.
Of events at LGBTQ bars around the city. So for them to now sort of go radio silent on us and pretend like we don't exist, it kind of calls into question how authentic that sponsorship and support was.
Anheuser-Busch product will no longer be served at some gay bars in Chicago in the light of the beer giant distancing from transgender influencer DM. Organization will no longer serve Anheuser-Busch beverages at their bars, which include Bud Light, Goose Island 312, and Busch Light. They're making everybody upset.
Primary.
Things don't look too good, but here is the thing. There are consequences to decisions you make in business. Well, here we are today. Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch CEO finally disavows DM Bud Light partnership and says that it was not a campaign. It was not a campaign. After firms sent letters to retailers blaming an outside ad agency. You see, this is the problem with these people. They keep blaming everybody else. They refuse to take ownership of their own mistakes here.
This is just wrong.
For approving it without management awareness as sales. How could this have been approved without management awareness? I mean, if that is the case in business, well, business is not good. So your strategies in business are horrible because this is not supposed to be happening without your knowledge. Friday is on vacation, by the way. Not fired, vacation. Yeah. This is the face of an individual who has destroyed somebody's business. Now, look at this now. Bud Light, when you're comparing and contrasting, while Bud Light is losing tremendously in sales, is just about to lose #1 as the most, I didn't even know that was going on. I don't drink stuff like that, but it's crazy that this was #1 beer in the United States. How did that happen? I have no idea. Now, Bud Light 26 down, Coors Light 13 up, 13.3, and also Miller's Light 13.6. This is like, look at that. Look at the numbers. So while people are getting rid of their Bud Light, they're drinking these two lights in replacement for that. It's not like people are not drinking. Yes, they still are, but they're just not drinking your beer. Remember when Bud Light used to make commercials that was somewhat, I would say, not so much for wokeism and all that extra stuff. Look at this one here, and there's some funny commercials on there, at least historically speaking, because it seems like Bud Light is never going to recover from this. Now, take a listen to this.
Do that screwdriver too?
I'm in.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Right, yep. Pliers.
Make it a Bud.
Oh my goodness. Do you remember the days when companies used to just kind of like sell their product and allow you to make their decisions without trying to indoctrinate you in their propaganda? Now look at another commercial from Bud Light here. And I think there was a time they used to actually laugh and make fun of homosexuals and so on and LGBT persons. But today it's like, hey man, they're kings, brother. They sit on the throne and y'all better bow. And the thing is, they need to fall back in line with reality. Look at this.
Bud Light, please.
Tonight's ladies' night, and there's a special on Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Oh no, it's Ted from accounting.
Oh my goodness, this is funny. Well, back then we used to laugh about matters like this. I bet you cannot find a single commercial that does that today. You'll be called transphobic. Now, anyway, friends, here we are. No one at senior level Bud Light knew about any ad campaign. This is horrible. I don't know why they keep saying this, because you might as well come back and apologize. They say it was a mistake. Yeah, it was a mistake, all right. Like, well, it's costing you big time. It's costing you big time. Yeah. If people at the senior level did not know this was going on, it makes you wonder about the condition of the company as a whole.
I'm confused.
Now, this is an apology video, but it's not official, but this is somewhat satirical. But I love this conservative vibe, spirit, and the way they're going about doing that. Without further ado, let's get to this one here.
Here at Bud Light, we missed the mark. We never knew that one single Bud Light can could divide so many of our customers and so many Americans. So introducing our United series. Bud Light honors the heroes in our U.S. military.
Yeah,
Bud Light honors the men and women of our law enforcement.
Too late.
And Bud Light honors the heroes in our fire and emergency services.
Too late.
We hope we can win you back and you can give us another chance. Oh, and one more thing. Let's go, Brandon. All right, so that was the commercial for the conservatives. Let's do the commercial for the liberals next. Here, Bud Light.
Oh my goodness, I love it. You said that's the thing. You try to please both sides of the aisle. It's just not gonna happen. I love what this dude is doing here. The parody is just right on point. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. It's just not going to work. Anyway, let's keep listening. This is fun.
We missed the mark. In an effort to
this is the commercial. That was the conservative commercial. And we had a couple ads, right? So the ads that came out with the horse and everything, and everybody's just happy-go-lucky kind of thing. And Bud Light had commercials where there were, I'm going to share some of that with you as well. It doesn't seem like they really care. They care about money, and they will please whoever they could to get whatever money, as much money as they could. So if they can get it from the conservative and as well as from the woke and also the LGBT community, they will do it. They don't care. It's about getting paid.
Let's do the commercial for the liberals next. Here at Bud Light, we missed the mark. In an effort to be inclusive, we weren't inclusive enough. So starting today, all white male employees of Bud Light are required to transition into brave and stunning trans women. Introducing the new Bud Light series that honors the LGBTQ RS, TUV, WX, Y, and Z community, honoring the heroes like transgender men and women, wolf people, furries, people that identify as another race, and many.
Oh, I love the fact he mentioned the other race discussion. I did speak about, blackface and woman face, is that there is really no difference because both is based on emotion. Both is based on the fact I feel that I deserve to be in this body. So nobody can really judge. And I think it's actually easier to be identified as a different race than it is to be identified as a different gender. I shouldn't say gender. I should say sex because people are confusing people with gender. Anyway, let's keep going.
Furries, people that identify as another race, and many more. Because we know that there are just as many genders as there are other beers that you could be drinking instead of Bud Light.
Oh, this is good.
Bud Light will now be hella woke, hella inclusive, and totes amaze, announcing our endorsement of Biden-Harris for 2024. Oh, and one more thing.
This butt's for you.
Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. The thing is, you see how Bud Light plays the game, and not only Bud Light does this, but all these companies. It seems like this is what they do, right? They play with.
I am here because I care.
Here is the thing, Bud Light is paying big time for this. They have been pulling some of their ads, their woke ads. They've been pulling this stuff down. Thank God for Benny Johnson, who was able to find some of these ads. We're gonna take a listen at Benny, and also just watch how they're trying to change the narrative because they realize it's not working. When you $8 billion in loss as a result of these decisions, yeah, you gotta change your approach somewhat, right? But they're trying to do that. Look at this.
Why are you acting weird?
Disgusting, who are so hard to look at, undressing before me. Oh my God.
Gross.
Oh, no, nobody wanted this. Oh my God.
Really gotta get the elbows.
Who approved this?
There is no middle.
You ready?
You know it. You ready?
You know it.
I'll ignore that.
See, the thing is, these companies refuse to learn. They refuse to learn that majority of the people who drink their stuff are not for it. Now, Bud Light abruptly pulls Amy Schumer, Seth Rogen ads. I wonder why. Yeah, you better pull it down real quick because you realize it's backfiring. Now, here is more. I'm gonna let Benny talk a little bit here, and then we're gonna bring this video to an end.
I can't do any more metaphors.
Oh my God. Okay, so the L's never stop for Bud Light. Okay, the L's never stop. Look at this. All right, look at this. So one, you can't even find these ads anymore. All right, your boy Benny and our production team, we went through and we actually were able to go and like claw these ads out of the dark crevices of the internet in order to play them for you today, because Bud Light has deep sixed these ads. They have nuked these ads from existence, much like they're trying to nuke Dylan Mulvaney from existence by distancing themselves and saying, oh my God, we're so sorry. Oh, the customers hate this. We didn't know. Hey, you know what? You're a beer company.
Yep.
Maybe stay the hell out
of
politics.
Simple
That's
as that.
all we're asking.
That's it. Benny hits it right on the head. Now, while this is happening with Bud Light, did you remember the controversy, the ultra right beer sell individual? Listen, he is making $1 million in sale as a result of this boycott. I gotta tell you, I did not see this one coming. This is a smart guy, man. He took advantage of the spirit of the age, and he went on and make a whole lot of money. Way to go, boy. Way to go. I'm not a fan of beer. I don't promote it. I don't drink it. But what's behind this is very intentional and very well thoughtful.
As conservatives, we're constantly getting hit in the face, left and right, by the woke mind virus.
Yeah.
But the last place we want it is in our beer. If you know which bathroom to use, you know what beer you should be drinking. Stop giving money to woke corporations that hate our values. And to the rest of you woke corporations, stay the away from our kids.
Anheuser-Busch still attempting to clean up a massive mess due to the controversy surrounding Dylan Mulvaney. Bud Light losing some 26% of its market share over the backlash. One patriotic American is trying to fill the void with Conservative Dad's ultra-right beer, which launched immediately after the fallout began over Bud. It's now expected to surpass over $1 million in sales. Seth Weathers is the CEO of Ultra-Right Beer, and he joins us now. Seth, good to see you.
Great to be here.
Look, I think this is great, and apparently a lot of other Americans do as well. Take us through the genesis of this concept.
Yeah, so, this came about. I saw the Bud Light ad with Dylan Mulvaney, and I was talking with someone, and I said, God, I wish I knew how to make beer, because we need an alternative. Fun fact, I still don't know how to make beer. However, I've hired people that do. And so that kind of is how it was born, and it's been a wild ride since. I haven't slept a lot, but we're having a lot of fun, and we're selling a lot of beer. And this is something that, I've long said conservatives need to latch on to one company to send a message. The problem is conservatives, we get upset, corporations dump on us all the time, and maybe we skip 2 NFL games, but then we're right back in the stands. And for us to have an impact, we have to stick through it. And this seems like we're actually doing it this time.
People, you are free. Exactly. You hit it right on the head. You can check out this. This is coming from Newsmax, by the way, for those of you who want to hear the rest of the interview. But I want to bring this video to an end. Exactly. Bud Light, there is a lesson you need. These companies need to understand something. First of all, I'm really thankful for the fact that conservatives are making an impact. For those of you who don't know, this is bigger than beer. This is bigger than ideology. Okay, this is a cultural, should I say, a spiritual war, and is being fought over beer. Somebody said in a comment, like, who would have thought a beer would have brought about this level of controversy and differences among us, and help us to see that not every one of us agree on certain issues. And I think, yeah, God works in mysterious way, doesn't he? Right? He does things his own way. But there's several things we can learn from this, is that companies who decide to go woke will eventually go broke. That's actually a true statement, and the Bud Light situation proves it to be true over and over again. And secondly, is that conservatives, when you get mad about something, you need to stick to the game plan. This is significant because liberals have been doing this for years, right? They get mad. They will have people apologize, and beg for mercy.
That's not an attack to just stop the Oscars. That's an attack to end me.
But the past is relevant with you with underage girls.
Absolutely no, it's not.
Fair.
I'm sorry.
Always hold our.
I'm sorry. You're also putting a hierarchy over who can be offended. Now I'm offended.
I want to apologize to the internet.
I owe you an apology.
I'm only here to say that I'm so sorry.
Sorry for anybody who I've ever offended.
I apologize so deeply.
I want to make this video to say sorry to everyone.
Continue to grow and mature.
I had to address it when I did Get Hard promo with Will Ferrell because of my joke that I had about my son.
Apologize.
I had to address those tweets in 2012.
And apologize.
I haven't apologized for your tweets of old. This is not the first time this has come up. I've addressed it. It's onion, so no matter how many times you keep peeling it, there is no end to it. I apologize again. I said I apologized before.
I don't think that's okay because it's somewhat cruel, you know. But they will have these people, whether they've said something against the LGBT movement, you speak against homosexuals, they will come back. They will say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But it's just the way they do things, right? I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying, they will get their way because they stay mad for a long time. They go mad for long. The BLM riots, they were mad for months, right? Conservatives get mad, and we, you know, in our Christian veneer, we said, okay, you know what, we got to move on. Let's forgive, let go, and things like that, which I get it, being a Christian. But if you're looking to make a statement politically in our culture, you're going to have to stick to your game plan because these people will not change. But I want to give a little message out there for companies, not only companies, but even individuals who think like you can do what you do and thinking you can get away with it forever. Well, friends, that's not the case. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 8. We're going to bring this video to an end, verse 11 here. And the Bible says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. I love this because you do your evil deeds, right? And you get away with it for a long time. And I'm speaking from the perspective of business here. You're doing your dirty work. It seems as though you are prospering. Nothing is stopping you. Financial gain. People are coming on board. But I got news for you. In a light of spiritual matters, and the same is true for those in business, sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the Son of Man is fully set in them to do evil. Now, here is the thing. These companies who are doing this stuff, they think it doesn't matter. They think I can promote whatever I want to promote. If you're going to sell beer, sell beer. Who cares about everything else you believe politically? This is how it used to be. But what they're going to realize, because God is so patient. In some cases, the people are patient. They put up with a lot. But there comes a point that in the name of being merciful and gracious, there comes a point when judgment takes the seat of mercy. When sentence and executive sentence takes the seat of grace. And what I'm saying is there's always a time to pay back for your wickedness. And this is what they're learning, friends. I'm telling you, you can get away with a whole lot in business. And you can get a little way low that, but look at this. There is a point, and I think Bud Light, Bud Light is paying. Listen, Bud Light has been disrespecting conservatives and people for a long time. They've been doing this stuff. Now it's just time to pay off, man. You gotta pay your debt. You know, and the Bible says, "Avenge not yourselves, rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." And I want to say this, as people, Christian or not, and I want to say, there's always consequences to your actions. You may get away with a number of things for a long time, right? Businesses think they can con people, trick people, lie to people. As a matter of fact, you may have gotten away for years. There's a time when you're going to pay off for all this wickedness. And I think these businesses, when we look at what's happening to Bud Light, Fox News Bud Light, where they're losing over half of their viewership, the 8 o'clock viewership. Anyway, by getting rid of Tucker, all of that adds up, and it teaches us a message about the importance of always doing what is right. Just in case you don't know, there's a time to pay for your bad decisions. Friends, call it consequences, call it karma. I'll call it the result of sin. And this is why you need to do what is right. This is why you didn't do, if these companies will learn a simple thing: be not overcome of evil, friends, but overcome evil with good. If you will do good, respect the people, give them the honor that is due to their name, you won't have to deal with none of this backlash. But until then, I'm going to sit back and watch the downfall of Bud Light. Thank you for listening. Have a good one. Bye.